Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Revamp Your Mind podcast. Yani nimekuwa nikisema I'm gonna start this podcast for the longest time, and the long awaited episode, the first episode is here. And the first episode today, I just want us to talk about, I've gone through a transformation of a life and, just rediscovering myself and all this and all that. And so I have been just in a space of growth. I've been in a space of just asking myself more questions, even about my belief systems and why I think the way I think. And I have been getting different answers, and there are things that I've been doing that have, helped me. And I believe this podcast is going to be a space where I can be sharing with you guys my life journey, my transformation, my healing journey, weight loss. We are going to be talking about transformation. This is a podcast that will help us continue learning. We continue improving ourselves. We continue becoming better people. We talk about here, marketing. We will talk about digital marketing. We will talk about the new tech trends that are there, or maybe the new ways that maybe are currently helping people work in better spaces rather than, just having a space that is not putting people up to post. I just love sharing. And so I found out like the best way I can just share is me starting this particular podcast. And so let's just dive into where have I been. Let me tell you guys, I have been in isolation. Oh my goodness, I have been in isolation. I have been in a space where I just changed my whole circle, the people I was working with, and we got into a space where I now understand why people say, like, you first have to know yourself, and then you can be able to introduce yourself to the world according to your values and the things you stand by, because sometimes we are just out here living life and having this group thinking mentality of just doing things because other people are doing. And so I just got to a point in life where I wanted to do life differently. I wanted to just try and, ask myself, okay, where am I headed? What am I doing with my life? What am I supposed to be doing currently? And maybe what am I doing currently that has been making me just have these kind of cycles? Or let's say maybe it's financially. I knew that I had to get financial literacy because I was just looking at my habits, and then I'm like, I think they're just some habits that we get from us growing up, and we tend to make those habits like our life. And you've got to learn new things so that you can unlearn the ones that you have. And the first step is always to say, you will want to be in a state of you don't know anything so that you can start learning new things. And that's something that I had to challenge myself. I challenged myself that I wanted to get to receive new information, new knowledge, to challenge whatever that I know and see whether, life can change. And let me tell you, I am a living testimony of that. When you change your thinking, your life changes. And I believe in that verse that says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I believe it's in your heart that everything comes from. And so when you change everything from like the heart, you visit the roots rather than fixing your problems from the stems. You get to challenge yourself to, make changes that are now, they can be seen, because one thing affects another. So if you're having a mental issue, it might be even affecting how you think, how you're doing things, how you show up at work, how you show up at organizations. Maybe you're doing projects. Like one thing affects another. And so I'm looking forward to just having conversations in this particular podcast where we are going to grow together, heal together. We are going to share the journey of healing and how it looks like. We are going to talk about entrepreneurship and business. If it's about money, we are going to talk about the new ways or the new mindsets, a new mindset, abundance mindset. We are going to tackle all this in this podcast. So I'm looking forward to, have some good time with you guys. As in tujibambe. Hii podcast nataka to like we be open, we be vulnerable, and we don't feel like we don't feel shy. We don't feel shy, like just talking the truth and just being honest and just leaving a space where you can be vulnerable and not judged. And that's the space I want to create. So let's revamp our minds to become better thinkers. And so I'm looking forward. Thank you so much for listening to the first episode. Let me get back to you guys with now some real nuggets as I'm starting this journey. Let's enjoy.